Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros.
Happy Monday to all our viewers. Madaming kwentong pag-uusapan, may malungkot dahil natalo tayo.
Oo nga.
Oo, pero okay lang yan, may masaya naman at may nakakairita.
Lahat ng yan, syempre nandiyan yan sa countdown natin.
Dapat kaya panoorin nyo yung buong show para malaman nyo kung ano yung number 1. Nandiyan pa ba si Mayor Alice?
Palagay ko nandyan pa.
Natin.
Palagay ko nandyan pa. At may update tayo dun sa nawawalang beauty queen sa Pampanga.
Malungkot na balita yan.
Malungkot na balita po yan. Pero abangan nyo po yung magiging detalye po ng balita na yan.
Alright, let's get right to it because we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee, this is Brunch. Kicking off our countdown with Gilas Pilipinas, our basketball team ended their campaign for the lone Paris Olympics ticket after losing to Brazil. Gilas controlled the game in the first half of the semifinals match, but Brazil's offense got stronger and they widened the gap until the last quarter. Brazil then defeated Gilas 71-60, proceeding to the grand finals. Coach Tim Cone admitted that losing Kai Soto in the game hurt their chances of scoring victory. Soto was injured during their match against Georgia last week.
We don't want to make excuses, but losing Kai was big for us because it just took away our depth in the front line and forced Jumar Fajardo to have to overplay minutes. I think we just kind of panicked a little bit. You know, we started doing a lot of one-on-one. We weren't moving the ball like we normally do.
And over at France, Filipino gymnast Carlos Yulo continues his rigorous training for his gold medal campaign at the 2024 Paris Olympics. The Golden Boy said he has finally adapted to the country's cold weather and he is now focused on improving his body. From Metz, France, Boom Gonzalez with the report.
It is day 6 for Carlos Yulo and his team as they continue to train here at the Le Arens training facility, where usually he actually trains alone. There's none of this that goes on. He's only with his coach, Coach Aldrin Castaneda, and his sports occupational therapist, Hazel Callowwood. Now, Carlos told us earlier that he has totally adjusted to the weather, the training facility, and the time zones, but now he has settled into a regular but grueling training regimen. He is working on his body right now as he continues to build muscle for power while maintaining his speed, his agility, and his lightness as he continues to perfect his routines.
Counterweight. Oopsie.
Sa tulog naman po, wala naman pong problema. Ang aga ko po natutulog. Nakakatulog po actually dito. Overall, positive pa rin naman. May mga konting adjustments lang po. Like sa vote, parang di po kasi nila ginagamit yung vote and palagi nililinis po. So, kailangan ko pong gawin ulit yung vote kung saan fit yung kamay ko, ganun po. Kasi madulas po siya talaga kapag di nilagyan ng honey tsaka chocolate.
Right.
Para sa akin, importante po yung conditionings kasi may technique pero more on nagre-relay ako sa power also. Kasi yung body type ko po, pag walang conditioning ng muscle, wala siyang power na maibibigay. So doon po, binabalance po namin na every week kahit isa or dalawa may gym session po ako po.
Carlos says he's right on track and he likes where he is right now as he prepares for July 27, the first of his 5-day schedule where he competes in the Olympic Games Paris 2024. In the next couple of days, we will sit down with his coaches and get their opinion and evaluation of his training here so far. From Metz, France, I'm Boom Gonzalez.
Nakaka-excite na yan, lalo na si Carlos Yulo. Alam naman natin yung galing niya pagdating dyan sa kanyang sa gymnastics. Pero going back dun sa nangyari sa
Gilas didn't make it. Gilas didn't make it, oo. Well,
didn't make it sa, sa Paris.
Yeah, we didn't make it sa Paris. Well, we went at least toe-to-toe with several European and South American teams, which have in the past been competing at a high level against the bigger teams like US, Germany,
Yes.
Spain, Argentina. So, and our rankings from 27, FIBA ranking 27 worldwide, nasa
Ilan
number
na?
20 na ang Gilas.
Oh, at
Because
least
of our
umakyat.
win, because of our win against number 26 Latvia. Malaking bagay yun.
Malaking bagay yun. Tapos yun nga, ang ganda nung start nila nung Saturday, di ba, against Brazil. Lamang sila, they ended the second quarter ng 10 points ang kanilang lamang.
Yes.
Di ba, kaya lang pagdating nga nung third quarter, ayan na, nag-start na nga na umariba ang Brazil.
Kasi naging medyo centric na tayo nung dulo kay Justin Brownlee. So, nung na-check siya, the entire offense,
Si Dwight Ramos was, siya yung nag-pump nung,
Oo.
ano tawag ba doon,
Siya yung uminit.
simula, nung
nung
uminit
first
nung
half.
umpisa diba?
Oo.
Tapos pagdating ng third quarter, medyo parang naano na rin sila.
Na-check na siya. Na-check na sila. Pero ang tama si Tim Cone, parang still a long way to go.
Yeah.
Pero if we were to contend sa next Olympics, which is about 4 years from now, no? You have to take a look also yung gilas natin na under 17. Because 4 years from now, they will be 21. So most of them will be
Baka makasali sa
sa
team,
gilas.
Oo.
Kung yun ang pagbabasihan natin, medyo malayo tayo against the other world teams. Kasi we lost at an average of 70 to 80 points. So, yung current gilas natin malakas, pero medyo nag-regress tayo sa 17-year-olds natin.
Yan ang pagtuunan din ng pansin.
Yes, yan ang tutuunan ng pansin.
But nonetheless, we're very proud of them, especially itong ang gilas sa Pilipinas sa lumaban.
Oo.
At sa susunod na lang ulit.
Nung unang panahon,
Hindi tayo nakaabot sa ganyan
Noong
diba?
90s, hindi ko akalain kasi watching them against Korea and Japan and China, medyo hirap na yung Philippine
Sana
team
kita mo,
natin.
may laban.
Pero ngayon, against European teams, may laban.
May laban.
May chance tayo.
Congratulations. At tuloy ang laban, Pilipinas.
Number 20 sa mundo.
Oo.
Right.
Alright, let's continue with our countdown. Coming in at our 9th spot, NLEX launches its I Care for Strays program for stray animals. It aims to contribute to the prevention and management of stray animal incidents inside the expressway and along local roads. During the program launch in Bulacan, an orientation on animal welfare laws and responsible pet ownership was conducted. Free spay and neuter services as well as deworming and anti-rabies vaccinations were also provided to animals.
Okay, ranking 8th in our countdown. So, umiinit na usapin to because it's about banning mukbang. The Health Department considers banning popular eating vlogs or mukbang videos after the death of a vlogger in Iligan City. Health Secretary Ted Herbosa said that mukbang videos promote unhealthy practice to behaviors. He stressed that overeating can lead to various sicknesses like hypertension, heart attacks, and other non-communicable diseases. Mukbang has been a popular content for several vloggers over the past few years. Vlogger Dong Zapatan, known for his mukbang videos, suffered a stroke and died on June 14 after filming mukbang content.
Nako.
Oo.
Overeating naman talaga will lead to what? Obesity and then other communicable diseases.
Aside from yung vloggers mismo na nag-dangerous sa kanilang content, nakikita kasi ng kabataan natin yung ginagawa nila. So they'll think this generation,
okay pala to.
okay
healthy
pala
to.
magmukbang.
Or para sa content, mas marami.
You can get likes and make money. Like,
marami yung
meron
makukuha
isang
kong
vlogger,
likes.
pero YouTube. Ito, kilala mo to si, I think this is Nico Avocado.
Oo,
Oo.
yeah.
He started out as a musician, napayat siya, and then lahat ng vlog niya until now is mukbang. And then
He gained weight,
He's closing in on 300 pounds. And tapos ang dami niyang sakit sa kidney, sa liver, sa heart, mild stroke na nga siya. Bata pa, younger than my age, I think. No? And all for content. So now medyo meron siyang mental problem because may depression siya on his weight and he's trying to lose weight pero yung metabolism niya naapektuhan.
Oo, maraming ang nag-react ngayon bakit daw ibaban yung mukbang because this is an isolated case. Pero ang tawag dito, makikita mo naman talaga eh, 'di ba? Kasi sabi nila, to be fair naman, check daw nila kung talagang mukbang yung cause of death nitong vlog na to. Pero it happened kasi after niya magmukbang. Pero nonetheless,
He
nakita
ate
naman natin yung overeating is really not healthy.
He ate a whole face of a
Chicken ba?
beef. Mukha ng baka.
Mukha lang ba?
Oo, yung buong mukha ng baka inubos or baboy Basta inubos in one sitting. But you know, number one, it's unhealthy to do it
Yes,
all in
it
one
is.
sitting. Spread out, pwede pa. Number two, you are consuming food na hindi ka naman gutom na, busog na para sa content, pero mga daming tao sa mundo na nagugutom.
Exactly.
So that is very insensitive.
Parang
Tapos,
gluttony na.
number three, tinuturuan mo ang ibang tao na it's okay to eat like this for content, for money. So, di ba yung values na tinuturo mo, all angles mali siya.
Totoo.
Oo.
Yeah,
Why can't you come up?
Diba here we are promoting like DOH school promoting healthy balanced diet, 'di ba yung including yung Go Glow and Go food, 'di ba yung mga ganon sa isang meal natin. Pero ito may mga influencers ka pinopromote itong mukbang. And then, this is also not just here in the Philippines.
All over the world.
All over the
Yung
world.
Nico Avocado
Marami sa
Amerika yun.
Oo, marami rin sa Korea.
Yeah.
'Di ba meron pa silang iniinom na mga pampadulas sa throat nila para
oil.
mas makakain sila ng mas madami. My gosh.
Anyway,
Hindi po
before you
yan
go,
healthy,
you call yourselves content creators and come up with content that's
Content.
better,
Oo.
na nakakatulong sa tao.
Exactly. Better content, ika nga.
Content creator ka di better
oo,
content.
diba? Tsaka yung maka-impluensya ka ng mas mabuti sa lahat, diba? Lalo na kung marami kang tawag dito followers.
Yes.
Diba? Gamitin mo yung platform
For
mo
good.
to good news. So, etong mga mukbang, nakikita din natin yung mga pagkain na to. May mga kamatis, diba? Kinakain sila. Pero pumunta muna tayo dun sa presyo ng kamatis dahil the price of tomatoes in markets has increased due to the impact of the rainy season.
To tell us more about this, we have mobile journalist Francis Orsho reporting live from Susano Market in Novaliches, Quezon City. Francis, nako, magkano na ba ang kamatis dyan kada kilo?
Angelo, Angela, alam mo yung paborito nating rekado sa pagluluto ng kamatis, nagmahal na nga. Ngayon kasi sa iba't ibang market, including dito sa Novaliches, Susano Market, nasa 180 to 200 pesos ang presyo ng kada kilo ng kamatis, Angelo, Angela. Kaya ayun, yung mga ilang mamimili dito talagang napapakamot ng ulo kasi napakamahal na ng kamatis na malayo sa presyo noong bago magpulyo na nasa 120 to 130 pesos per kilo. Kaya kahit yung mga nakausap nating nagtitinda o yung mga market vendors dito, talagang patingi-tingi yung mga binibili ng mga mamimili, Angelo.
Ano ba nangyari? Can you tell us the main reason? Sabi nga dito sa unang balita, rainy season. Pero ano ba yung sinasabi ng Department of Agriculture? Bakit nga ganito yung presyo ng kamatis ngayon?
Angela, ito kasing nung dumaan yung Hunyo, naranasan kasi natin yung itong bagyong Aghon, yung first na bagyo dito sa ating bansa, this 2024. And sabi ng DA, talagang naapektuhan yung mga dinaanan ng bagyo, yung mga tanim. Kasi halimbawa dito sa Calabarzon, considering na itong Calabarzon ay top tomato producing na region dito sa ating bansa, talagang naapektuhan yung anihan nila ng mga kamatis. And dito sa Metro Manila, syempre dahil umaangkat tayo sa mga malalapit na rehiyon dito sa ating lugar, talagang naranasan or naramdaman natin yung pagmahal ng presyo ng mga pangunahing produkto dito sa palengke. Angela.
Pero sa kamatis, Francis, when do we expect it to go back to normal or at least bumaba yung presyo ulit?
Angelo, sabi ng DA, dahil nga ngayon ay magkakaroon na naman ng panibagong anihan para sa kamatis, ay mararamdaman na natin or kumbaga makakaluwag-luwag na tayo dahil in 2 to 3 weeks or in 2 weeks, sabi ng DA, mararamdaman na natin yung pagbaba ng presyo by 100 to 120 hanggang 130 pesos. Pero may mga ibang palengke na sinasabing nasa 80 to 100 pesos naman yung ibababa ng kamatis, sabi ng DA, Angelo.
Wala naman tayong iniisip na importation ng kamatis so far.
Yes, Angela, dahil marami naman tayong supply dito sa mga local produce ng ating farmers, Angela.
Kasi mga few weeks ago, nabalitaan din natin yung luya, mataas din yung presyo ng luya. Ngayon ba, kamusta na yung bentahan ng presyo ng luya dyan? And other vegetables?
Angela, nung nakaraan, di ba, binalita natin na yung luya umaabot ng nasa 300
Yes.
pesos kada kilo. Ngayon, dito, nag-ikot-ikot tayo at nagtanong-tanong din sa mga market vendors, ang luya nila ay nagkakahalaga na lang ng 230 hanggang 250 pesos. Pero mataas-taas pa rin yan kasi kung ikukumpara daw natin ng mga nakaraang buwan, mas mababa pa dyan yung presyo ng luya. Pero para naman sa ibang gulay, nakitaan din natin ang pagtaas yung carrots na nasa 150 hanggang 160 pesos. Tapos kasama din dyan yung kalamansi na tumaas din daw, sabi ng mga market vendors, from 120 to 130 pesos yung presyo niyan. Sa ibang gulay naman, halimbawa yung sibuyas at bawang, nasa 100 pesos hanggang 160 pesos per kilo. Sa patatas, 130. Sa bell pepper, 300. Sa sayote, 80. Sa broccoli, 250. Sa pechay Tagalog, 70 to 100 pesos. Sa pechay Baguio, 120 pesos. At sa kalabasa naman, ang per kilo nito ay nasa 70 pesos, Angela.
Nakakita na natin na marami nang pumapasok na mga mamimili dyan sa likod mo, Francis. Alright, siguro yun muna for the meantime yung ating nais na malaman tungkol dyan sa presyohan dyan sa palengke. But thank you so much for your time. That's our mobile journal, Francis Orsho, reporting live from Susana Market in Novaliches, Quezon City. Alright, coming up, the preliminary investigation on the human trafficking case against suspended Mayor Alice Go has begun.
The Philippine Coast Guard issues a radio challenge against China's so-called monster ship.
We're just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Happy Monday. You're still watching Brunch here on One News.
And before we move forward, yung mga ibang comments lang of our loyal viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Let's start off with Facebook. Si Maria Luz Aladin, hello daw. Good morning. Ralph Domingo, good morning daw. Brunchies, Sam Pokemon Go, good morning daw. Migs Ebron, hindi daw siya nagmumukbang kasi sasakit daw ang tiyan niya.
Very good.
Very good, ayan, Migs. Eat what you can lang. Ito si Sam Pokemon Go also may additional comment to all content creators. 2 words daw. Social responsibility. Uy, very good.
Totoo.
Very good yan.
Oh, batiin ko lang tong nandito sa YouTube naman natin. Si Gary Ko, si Mark Santiago, at saka of course si Esther Abaya.
Uy, good morning. Good morning.
Esther. Okay, sige, let's continue with our countdown. Now, on our 7th spot, the Agriculture Department is set to launch a new program aimed at selling rice at lower prices. Assistant Secretary Genevieve Guevara says they will offer affordable rice under the Rice for All program. According to Guevara, rice prices in the program will range from 45 pesos to 48 pesos per kilo. The DA plans to roll out the Rice for All program in Kadiwa centers first before expanding it to other areas. So, iba naman tong program na itong Rice for All. Yeah, hence the term for all. Wala siyang, kumbaga, hindi katulad dun sa 29 peso na bigas na binibenta sa Kadiwa store na ang target lamang dun yung mga 4-piece beneficiaries, PWD, solo parents, senior citizens. Ito, Rice for All. 45 to 40. Kaya lang, yun
pag-aralan nila yung mabuti.
Yes.
Because people with buying power, even middle dealers, could get it at 45 at ibenta nila 59.
Baka mag-hoard, ano?
For a 14 peso profit.
Yes.
Kasi ang bentahan ng well-milled rice is 60 to 65. So kung bibili ka ng 45, sabihin mo kahit hindi ka nakukuha sa farm gate, di ba? Yung hindi ka kuha sa farmers, bibili ka na lang sa Kadiwa, wala ka ng transport cost. Tabi lang ng tindahan mo, kunyari, di may kita ka na.
Exactly. Tsaka ano yan ang tawag dito, sana naman kukuha ng pondo. Kasi nga, ang kino-question nga ng mga rice advocates dyan, especially dito sa yung 29 pesos, sinasabi nila na NFA, di ba, magbibigay yung mga expiring or aging stocks nila. Ang meron daw, kasi that was procured nung April, kung ngayon ipamimigay yun, that it is only 49,000 metric tons. Ang sinasabi nga nitong mga rice advocates, ang kailangan natin per day is 11,000 metric tons. So binibili ng gobyerno yung bigas at 45 to 50 per kilo. Tapos binibenta sa Kadiwa store ng 29. So in essence, mga milyon, 220 million yung sinasubsidize ng government dyan na pera.
Yeah.
Diba? Para ma-sustain itong Kadiwa. Itong programa na to na supposedly, ito ay 3 days pa lang and they're planning to expand it to 5 days and to other areas like Visayas and Mindanao.
Well, this is good. This is a short-term solution. Okay, sana we can just bite the bullet a little, konting tiis, pero yung money na igagastos nyo from subsidies to give out rice at that palugi, ibigay natin sa farmers or to modernize rice production industry.
Totoo. Yun yung long-term goal dapat.
I-train natin yung farmers, provide loans, easy pay loans sa mga farmers na hindi nagmamayari ng mga lupa. And then education or secondary education for their children ng mga farmers para at least wala masyadong pressure na yung kita nila iikutin sa kung saan-saan, di ba? At least yung pag may kita ang farmer, pwede nila gamitin to modernize.
Exactly. To continue also the generation of farmers. Kasi maraming bilang na din ngayon ng mga may pamilya na
Ayaw
farmers.
na mag-farmer.
Ayaw na nila mag-farm. Because ganito ngayon nangyayari, di ba? Isipin mo, itong 29 pesos per kilo na to na programa nila. Yeah. Lugi talaga ang mga farmers dito. So, sinasabi nila, is this a political move? Para malapit na kasi ang SONA kasama sa mga ibibigay na report ng Pangulo, 'di ba? Hindi mo masisi na yan din ang iniisip ng iba. So itong Rice for All, tingnan natin kung paano mo-sustain itong programa na ito. But for the meantime, from rice to, let's go to paint.
Next tayo, next. Now, coming in at the 6th spot is about the stolen Fernando Amorsolo painting. Authorities are now searching for the suspects who stole the treasured Amorsolo painting in Silay, Negros Occidental. Based on reports, 2 individuals acted as tourists in Hofilenia Museum and stole the painting called Mango Harvesters. The oil on panel by the national artist is valued at around 50 million pesos. The Silay Heritage and local police pled to the public to help them recover the stolen artwork and arrest the suspects.
Actually po, kahit hindi po sa Silay po tatawag, sa pinakamalapit na police station po, pwede nilang itimbre po yung incident na nangyari o halimbawa may bibili o may inaalok.
As in, nakita na nila sa CCTV bluntly, no? Kinuha yung painting at ilagay sa bag nitong middle-aged woman na nagnakaw.
But yung security...
Initially, they went in with the tourists, yung mga pupunta doon for the tour, no? Para makakita ng mga paintings. And then, nagpaiwan sila or pumunta sila sa second.
Yung security sa museum for that painting, medyo lax.
Yeah,
because
kasi
for
isipin mo, kinuha agad from
other
the wall.
artworks, di ba, like for example, sa mga Guggenheim Museum, may mga infrared, may motion sensors, di ba?
Sa
Tapos,
Negros to kasi.
yung CCTV, nagre-react pa kaagad yung security. Paglalapit ka sa painting at yung act pa lang nadudukutin mo, hindi ka na makakalabas ng museum, nagla-lockdown na eh. And this is a 50 million peso painting.
Kasi this is parang an old house na they converted it to a museum kasi yung collector nga nung family, 'di ba, namatay na yung mismong collector nito. Tapos that was the promise na i-share lang itong collection
so it's a privately owned
museum siya. So, yun nangyari. Apparently, nakita nila sa CCTV, there were one couple were there, tapos a child nung nangyari yung pagnanakaw. Pero hindi daw nagsabi sila dun sa kinauukulan, nakatingin lang sila.
I wonder kung anong plano nila dito. It's because it's so hard. It's so hard to sell a painting.
Sa black market na lang.
It's easy to sell a painting in the open market.
May mga bidding
pag legal
diba?
bidding. Pero in the black market,
mahirapan ka kasi you need a paper for this.
Unless sindikato na kolektor na underground ang pagbenta, pwede. But to smuggle it out of the country, ang hirap.
Yes.
Kasi Amorsolo yan, di ba? Tapos medyo mainit na yung kaso. So, if you try to sell it, may possibility na may entrapment yung nagnakaw. So, or baka sila mismo ang magtatago ng painting.
I don't know kung anong-ano nila dyan. Pero yun nga kasi mahalaga din talaga tong painting na to. Dahil ito daw yung painting bago pa sumikat talaga si Amersolo.
And we all know naman si Amersolo is also
Siya
known
an artist
worldwide.
yan, of course.
Aside from the Philippines, his paintings are valued at a lot sa ibang bansa. Especially sa mga art collectors sa Spain daw at Argentina. They value his painting.
Oo. Sige, let's continue with our countdown. Ito din, di ba yung Amersolo, history yan di ba? So ito nga, incoming Education Chief Sonny Angara says there's no order from President Marcos to revise history. In a radio interview, Angara said the president's instruction was to make the teaching of history more conversational. Angara admitted that there is a need to improve the teaching of history to instill a sense of nationhood in the youth. The new DepEd secretary also vowed to improve the country's dismal performance in PISA rankings. Uy, ako, I agree with that. Hindi dun sa history revisionism. But of course, yung pagtuturo. We can accept the fact na meron talagang kailangan pa ma-improve. 'Di ba yung the way our teachers teach, especially itong history.
Yeah.
'Di ba kasi 'di ba may mga iba sa history, lalo na nung, panahon namin, ikaw panahon mo, na minsan nakakaantok yung yung tinuturo ng history. Ngayon na matanda ka na, nakakapagbasa ka na, nakakakita ka ng ibang way of how to learn the history. Parang mas naiengganyo ka ngayon ng pag-aralan yung history as compared when you were just a little bit.
Pero I'd like to take a look at what they meant by make it more conversational. First off, to make a certain part of history conversational, kailangan planted at solid already yung writing ng history. So take for example the martial law era, human rights violations all the way to 1986 revolution. It's very divided pa rin ang Philippines or yung mga constituents or yung mga tao about what happened. If you are divided, that means hindi pa solid kung ano yung nakasulat sa history. You have to solidify that and then open it up for opinions and debate, di ba? Eh, ang problema, hindi ni solidified So it's parang sa mata ng tao or sa pag-iisip ng tao, it's up for speculation kung ano yung nangyari talaga during martial law and all the way. But it is already a known fact, yung mga nangyari na mga violations sa martial law and sa revolution kung ano yung nangyari. So once that is solidified, you teach what happened, then okay, let's open it up for debate. Pero ito ang nangyari. You cannot revise this.
But most importantly, factual.
Yes, the conversation should be based or the debate should be based on factual. Eh ito, there's nothing, the way it is presented, parang hindi pa factual kasi yung nangyari.
Tsaka, di ba, aminin mo, dun sa mga ibang mga books sa curriculum, napakaliit lang ng mga nakalagay tungkol sa, dun sa nangyari dun about human rights violation, etc. Few sentences lang about the revolution. So, kulang pa.
Case in point, di ba, yung human rights violations natin sa 70s era, sinasabi nila, some say it's a golden era of Philippine politics or Philippine development. Some will say it's the darkest era of Philippine politics. Now, you compare it to, for example, Germany. Germany accepts the fact na may nangyari sa Holocaust, that they did something wrong. And now they are a strong economy, they are a strong army, they were a superpower, but because they accepted kung ano yung nangyari sa history nila. And they moved on from it. Tayo, it's divided from golden.
Depende kasi kung sino yung magiging presidente mo.
Hindi, but Germany had plenty leaders.
I know din, dito sa atin, 'di ba? It would really depend. 'Di ba? Kung depends dun sa kung sino yung magiging presidente mo for today, kung i-recognize ba yung nangyari noon or not.
But then that is not history because regardless who the president is, history is a fact.
Exactly.
It's a written account of what happened.
They have a lot of supporting documents, 'di ba?
Yeah.
To support this fact. So yun nga natin diyan is yes, make it conversational, I guess, make it kumbaga magkaroon ng improvement sa pagtuturo ng mga teachers regarding this, but make sure there's no history revisionism and factual lang, 'di ba? Conversational but factual. Okay, let's move on.
Now, still hot at the fourth spot is Senator Bongo. The senator denied the plunder and graft allegations by former Senator Antonio Trillanes against him. Trillanes filed plunder and graft complaints against Go and former President Rodrigo Duterte last week. In an exclusive interview with 1PHS, sa totoo lang, Go called Trillanes a lazy politician and an attack dog who recycles issues against him during election season. He is also open to be investigated to prove he did not steal money from the government.
Dapat tingnan po ito ng COA. May naging transaction ba na disadvantageous sa gobyerno? Sumunod ba sila sa proseso? May ninakaw bang pera? Plunder? Ninakaw ba kami? Ni piso po, hindi kami nakinabang dyan. Wala kaming ninakaw at hindi kami corrupt. Malinis po ang aking konsensya.
At least open si Senator Go.
Oo, ngayon lang, bihira magpa-interview yan.
Bihira
si
magpa-interview,
Senator
but
Go.
at least on the record siya, sige, take a look at it.
Oo, sabi niya, hindi pa daw niya nakita talaga yung complaint,
Yes,
pero
the actual
categorically, he denies everything. Kasi
Yeah.
daw, for him, this is just a recycle issue because noon pa daw inuungkat yan. Ano? At actually, yung complaint ni former Senator Trillanes, he cited in his complaint yung 2018 investigative report published by the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism or PCIJ. Yun nga sinasabi nga nito, yung construction firms sa pagmamay-ari ng tatay ni Senator Bongo at
Yeah.
sa kanyang actually half-sibling to.
At least matagal at least pinag-usapan to, pero ngayon lang kinasuhan.
Ngayon lang kinasuhan.
Kaya kine-question ni Senator Go, bakit dikit sa midterm elections? Sinabi naman ni former Senator Trillanes, ngayon lang kasi wala sa puder ng kapangyarihan si President Duterte and et al. So ngayon, may chance na yung case niya umusad. Ang sabi ng nila side nila Senator Bongo, then why didn't you do it? Kunyari sa first year ni BBM, bakit ngayon na padikit sa election? So
sabi niya, hindi naman ako kakandidato sa sa national election, 'di ba? Lagi niya actually ang kanyang update diyan Caloocan mayor yung gusto niyang
ni Trillanes.
ni Trillanes. Pero he is really known, kumbaga ang tawag doon, kaaway. Kaaway.
He's really known to attack the Duterte.
Kaaway ni Duterte talaga yan. No? Pero sa I was wondering, bakit hindi ba siya sa ombudsman na lang mag-file? Bakit ganun? Then I saw a report na sinasabi niya na sa DOJ, kasi nga daw, yung agency nito, mas open, mas open dito sa mga iba pang mga information.
Yes.
Sa DOJ, mas maigi kung doon na lang daw yung avenue niya. Alright, let's continue with our countdown. Still at the third spot is Alice Go. The legal camp of suspended Bamban Tarlac mayor is confident about the preliminary investigation against her. Meanwhile, the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission or PAOC pushed for the suspension of other mayors allegedly involved in an illegal pogo operations. Here's the report.
The Justice Department, or DOJ, has started its preliminary investigation into suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo. She is facing qualified trafficking in persons complaint filed by the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, or PAOC. Guo's legal counsel, Attorney Alex Avesado Jr., confidently called the evidence filed against the mayor as weak. In response, PAOC said,
any defense lawyer would say that. As we in the government would say that we have a strong case against her. I would defer to the panel of preliminary investigation prosecutors to ascertain kung mahina o malakas. Sila po makakaalam doon. Hindi si defense, hindi si prosecution.
PAOC spokesperson Winston Casio said Guo cannot be a state witness in the investigation into illegal pogos. He said this is only possible if Guo can point out a higher official in illegal pogos.
Any state witness for that matter would have to be the least guilty in the entire conspiratorial chain in the commission of the crime. So we wouldn't be open to that discussion until and unless we get higher on the food chain in relation to the crime that this group has committed.
Casio said they have identified 3 individuals who have more powers than Guo. He said the 3 are involved in the pogo operations in Porac and Bamban. However, he refused to identify them to the public. Guo's other lawyer, Stephen David, said the mayor is not interested in becoming a state witness. They insisted that Guo is not involved in any pogo operations. Meanwhile, PAOC also pushed for the suspension of other mayors of areas where there are illegal pogo operations.
Sa aming mga reports na nakukuha, they're all over the country. Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Considering that, only 42 are legal, legitimate, 41 are in Metro Manila, and 1 is in Kawit, Cavite.
Ayun, nag-start na nga. Pero sinasabi nga ng lawyer ni suspended Mayor Alice Go, Bamban Mayor, sabi niya, parang nakikita daw niya yung mga evidence na to ay mahina. No, syempre, that's their side.
That's their side.
Defense. Ano? Sinasabi nila kasi dun, isa sa mga documents na pinapakita, evidence, itong electric bill. Di ba, napag-usapan natin yan
under
dito.
her name.
Under her name. Which is ang kanilang defense dyan. Ay, pwede naman yun na, sige, ako yung dati na may-ari nito. Di ba, binenta ko na to. Hindi naman kaagad na transfer. Actually,
I agree with that because di ba when we had properties that we sold and then hanggang ngayon hanggang ngayon yung bill is still under yung name natin, di ba? So wala pa sa kabila because hindi pa natatransfer.
Yes.
So
Pwede yun. There's a
I
possibility.
understand that argument.
Oo, sinasabi niya gano'n. And aside from human trafficking case, sinasabi nila, yung isa pang mabigat din dito na po pwedeng mapulaan talaga yung credibility ni Mayor Bamban, ni Mayor Alice Go, yung kanilang kumbaga pag-abuso sa pag-process ng kanilang late registration ng birth certificate. Isa yan sa mga nakikita nila na mataas naman. Pero dun sa kabila, mababa na kumbaga mahina na evidence against sa Go. Pero itong pag-file nga daw nila ng rate registration, yung pagproseso nito, nakikita nila na this will really, kumbaga, damage her credibility. Kasi nga, 'di ba, ang daming mga loopholes na nakita natin dito. At first, she had an interview, 'di ba? Sinabi niya anak siya ng isang kasambahay, pero apparently parang lumalabas hindi because meron pala siyang ganitong mga may kapatid siya na nakasama pala niya sa pagta-travel, yung isang incorporator doon na pinaghihinalaan nila Senator Win Gatchalian na maaring nanay niya, may possibility na ganun din. And of course, itong mga fingerprints na pinag-uusapan natin na actually tatlo, 'di ba? Dalawa, yung isa kay Mayor Alice Go, tapos positive doon sa Guwaping, nakaparehas nung kay Alice Go, tapos yung isa na Alice Go nakaparehas ng pangalan, parehas ng birthday, pero ba't katatawa? Pero hindi kamukha. Hindi mukha ni Alice Go, iba. So, napakarami.
Actually,
so,
buti na lang ikaw na lang nagsalita.
Bakit?
Nahilo na rin ako sa kaso na yan. So,
actually, I really wanna do yung parang genealogy ng
good luck sa'yo. Gagawa ka ng
sabi ko kay Carlo, ayoko tulungan ni Carlo. Pero gusto ko kasi i-connect lahat. I wanna show it to people. In pictures para mas maintindihan yung connection niya, yung connection nito sa ganitong tao, etc. Pero we'll see kung magagawa ko yun. Ayoko tulungan ni Carlo. Pero hindi, going back dun sa usapin nga natin dito tungkol kay Mayor Alice Go, sinasabi nga din ni Senator Win Gatchalian na or nung iba pa, na baka po pwede siyang maging state witness. Pero sabi nga ni Senator Win Gatchalian, teka muna, hindi pwede kung hindi siya least guilty. Pero nakikita natin
pwede kung least guilty ka, but she's not the least.
Pero nakikita natin na she is the center of this all Diba? So baka impossible.
Unless she can prove that there is somebody bigger than her and she can pull them and she can point to them. Kasi ang stance naman dito nila Go, baka naman if they admit, they could easily say, may mas malaki pa sa kanya dito. She was merely a pawn in the Philippines from the actual syndicate ring na mas malaki. Exactly. If they can prove that, then pwedeng maging state witness.
Yun nga sinasabi. Pero ang sinabi naman on the other side of the fence ng mga legal team ni Alice Go,
wala siya kinalaman.
Sabi niya ganun, ba't kami papayag maging state witness? Kasi by doing that, we are admitting that nandito kami, talagang, kumbaga, may kinalaman kami sa issue na to. And they are standing by the fact na wala silang kinalaman.
Baka kasi ang pwede ditong nilang sabihin, baka yung identity may nangyaring kabalastugan, di ba? May nangyaring pandaraya. Pero yung actual pagiging head ng Pogo dito sa Philippines, itong Tarlac and Porac, pwede nang sabihin, wala siyang kinalaman dyan.
Pwede. Pero marami pa ring investigation na nangyayari dito at meron recently na-raid din na supposedly private resort ng mga bosses ng Pogo na
may
merong
tunnel,
may clinic, tapos meron pang incinerator na nakita din sila na apparently sinasabi nila doon kine-cremate yung mga namamatay dahil sa torture.
Yung clinic, doon na nagpapalito ng
sana
mukha.
makausap tayo tungkol dyan para mas maliwanag yung details regarding that. Pero one thing is for sure, hindi pa po natatapos ang kabanata ng Pogo dito sa Pilipinas. Pero don't go away because we're not done yet.
Yung buong banter kinuha na nga, pati yung exit ko kinuha na. Walang
Okay, go,
puwang
go.
para sumingit sa
Go. Sabi mo, may dalawa pa.
May dalawa pa, still with us. Kaya naman sa'yo. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. And sa lahat ng viewers natin, good morning. Thank you for sticking it out with us.
Oo,
this
para
morning.
maabangan ninyo po yung ating top 2 for today. O,
Yes.
kasi yung iba nagtatanong, bakit nauuna yung mas gusto nilang malaman kaagad yung may init na balita? Siyempre, countdown tayo,
Kaya nga
diba?
countdown because yung last, yun ang pinaka... And para magstay kayo dito.
Samahan niyo
Abangan nyo
kami.
ko last, diba? Unless papanoorin nyo yung 10 tapos mabalik kayo 1, wag ganun. Tatapusin nyo yung show.
Samahan niyo kami.
Alright, let's get right to it. Going straight to our second spot, authorities have identified the possible mastermind behind the killing of a beauty queen and her boyfriend. Here's the report.
The families of beauty pageant contestant Geneva Lopez and her Israeli fiancé Yitzhak Cohen confirmed that their dead bodies have been found at a quarry site in Kapas, Tarlac. According to the NBI, the two victims suffered 2 gunshots each. A witness reportedly saw the 2 bodies being buried at the quarry site. That person says the victims may have been dead already during that time. Authorities are now determining where they were killed. Police says they're now able to trace the possible mastermind, but they won't name the main suspect as the case build-up continues.
Ayaw nating madaliin, ayaw nating magbigay ng deadline dahil maganda yung tinatakbo ng investigation at sabi ko nga binubuo natin yung mga evidence at may mga information po tayong nakakalap.
For now, 4 of 7 persons of interest are under police custody. These include alias Brandon, the real estate consultant of the victims. He was a former police officer assigned in Tarlac and Pampanga. Recall that Lopez and Cohen were supposed to check a land they were planning to sell last June 21st. A day after, the car they used was found burned without them. Other persons of interest include another former cop who was dismissed from service. Another one was arrested in Tarlac City, while the other surrendered to authorities.
Ayan yung development nga
Yeah.
sa kaso na yun. Kasi I remember June 21, nabalita nga
Nawawala.
kasama itong Israeli fiancé niya.
Tapos sumabas pa nga yung kapatid, di ba?
Oo, tapos after
Kapatid
few
ni Cohen.
days, may nakitang
Burning car.
sasakyan na sunog. Tapos they confirm na ito nga yung sasakyan nila.
Yeah.
Diba? Tapos yun na, hanggang sa lumaki din yung reward money para sa makapagtuturo.
Provided for by the brother, no?
Oo,
By the brother.
makapagtuturo kung nasaan sila at kung may information. And then finally, there's a key witness here. Yun nga yung lumabas. The other day, nakita natin yung Saturday, di ba?
Yeah.
Sinasabi niya, nandoon siya mismo sa pinangyarihan ng krimen at isa siya sa mga tumulong na naghukay, 'di ba? Para nga ilibing itong dalawang body nitong beauty queen and of course yung kanyang fiancé na Israeli.
Parang saka yung sinasabi mong common sense lang na, of course, sino ba yung huling nakasama nila? That was also the biggest key there because alam ng mga tao sino huling kasama nila. So you always ask in standard procedure, who's the last person in contact with the missing or deceased people, di ba?
Oo. Di ba lagi na napapanood yan sa mga crime?
CSI.
Crime.
Or even docus
sa pinapanood natin.
You always ask first, who was the last person in contact with the missing or the deceased?
Tapos ito nga, so sabi nila, possible itong dalawa, nasa custody na no? Itong dalawa na former police at
yung isa, taga Metro Manila daw. Oo.
Tapos they're still carrying firearms na hindi na lisensyado, hindi na sila,
Kakasuhan,
wala silang license to carry.
Kakasuhan sila, di ba? Illegal possession.
And then kung ano-ano pa, no? Kasi apparently, itong investigation na ito, may mga nakikita din sila na, di ba yung unang investigation, sinabi nila ito, bibili sila ng lupa. Pero hindi pala. Di ba parang parang gagawin nila ito for collateral sa isang loan na gagawin din nila. Something like that. And then this Israeli guy, yung fiancé, parang may mga pautang din siya, etc. So, baka the police is also checking all angles.
People owe the Israeli guy money.
Hindi natin alam kung sino.
No, but
may
in
mga
other words,
pautang siya.
may pautang siya. So in other words, several people owe him money. Yan ang ibig
Oo,
sabihin.
parang ganon.
Okay.
No? Tapos eto nga, so yung sinasabi nila, hindi bibili ng lupa yung kapatid, kukuha daw ng titulo na pang-collateral sa loan na gagamitin nila. So yun yung parang nilinaw ng brother ni Israeli boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. Ang pangalan niya, kalimutan ko yung pangalan.
Basta Cohen yung apelido,
Oo,
diba?
yun. Si Yitzhak Cohen.
Yitzhak Cohen.
Oo. And apparently, ang Israeli embassy in PH condoles with the family of the beauty queen. Tsaka syempre yung BF. And
Tsaka I think they're happy with the investigation now, how swiftly it's been, it's progressing.
And then they're also trying to check kung saan ba nangyari yung krimen. Was it there inside, kung saan yung, yung tawag doon, yung kung saan sila nilibing? Or dinala lang yung mga
Pero most likely daw hindi
Mostly dinala yung...
Kasi ang point of view ng ibang experts, they're taking a look, kasi bakit sinunog yung kotse? That means there might have been evidence like blood spatter in the car. So car pa lang, yung sino man kasama nila sa car, did something, tapos sinunog na para to get rid of evidence.
Actually nga, syempre, standard procedure naman yun na ifo-forensic pa rin yung mga katawan, etc.
DNA testing.
Although na-cremate na nga itong si Beauty Queen, pero yun nga, na-identify naman sila initially nung family.
Pero I understand, sabi ni Colonel Jane Fajardo, kailangan i-DNA because
yes, it's standard
may mga instances sa past, not only here in the Philippines, pero where they substitute yung body. In other words, lalagyan ng damit ng last scene, beyond recognition yung itsura. So, isipin nila, patay na. Diba? So,
pero based din daw sa body markings yung sinabi ng family, kinonfirm nila. Pero syempre, yun nga, as I've said, standard procedure.
Also, pag nagkaroon ng kaso in the future, at least ma-resolve na sa court na sila talaga yun.
Yes, para may confirmation.
Kasi di ba, no body, no crime eh.
Missing beauty queen na si Geneva Lopez. Pangalanan ko lang, tsaka si yung kanyang Israeli boyfriend na si Yitzhak Cohen. So, tingnan natin, ito bang key witness na ito, sabi nila, may mga pagtutugma dun sa mga sinabi niya, like yung sila yung nagsunog ng kotse, and etc. And antayin na natin yung iba pang mga magiging resulta ng investigation nito. Kasi at least mabilis-bilis, June 21.
Pero ayaw daw madaliin sabi nila Colonel Jean Wala daw deadline because maganda naman daw ang progress, so they don't need to put pressure. Baka kasi if you pressure the investigators, they might make errors in investigating.
Sige. Alright, let's continue with our countdown. Sizzling at the top spot is China's latest intimidation in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, issued a radio challenge against China's so-called monster ship last week. PCG reported that CCG 5901 vessel was illegally staying in Escoda Shoal since July 3. The monster ship is currently 800 yards away from BRP's Teresa Magbanwa. PCG said they are not intimidated by the presence of China Coast Guard's biggest ship in our exclusive economic zone.
They are not responding to our question as to their intention, but what they are saying is that what they are doing is a legitimate operation since they have sovereignty over these waters. Pero alam naman natin na wala silang sovereignty dito. This was already decided by the arbitral award.
PCG also expressed readiness on helping Filipinos who will be arrested by China in the West Philippine Sea. China earlier implemented a policy of detaining any trespassers in the South China Sea without trial. President Bongbong Marcos called this policy as unacceptable. So far, China has not arrested any Filipinos in the West Philippine Sea.
Our Coast Guard vessels are all in standby. If ever there will be reported incidents, then the Philippine Coast Guard will situate na mapupuntahan natin yung mga areas na sinasabing hinalas ang ating mga mines ng Pilipinas.
Okay, the saga continues in
nag-radio
West
challenge
Philippine
ka.
Sea.
Diba? Nag-radio challenge ka nga, ayaw sumagot. Ano next? What are you gonna do?
What
Kasi
are you
tayo
doing here?
pag radio challenge tayo, we challenge back. Tapos Chinese Coast Guard, they act on it. Diba? They harass us. So ano ba ang gagawin natin? We have to take a look at, sabi na nga ibang maritime experts, we have to take a look at without being aggressive, other ways, diba, of dealing with this issue that will give us equal playing field or leverage. Kasi you cannot negotiate, paulit-ulit naman sinasabi, you cannot negotiate if you don't have anything na pinanghahawakan.
Kaya nga sinasabi nila, ito bang Teresa magbanwa na to? May possibility ba na magstay ito there for a long period of time? Baka maging parang BRP Sierra Madre. That we don't know, pero is that a possibility? Pwede,
And
diba?
800 yards or meters away from it is the monster ship of the Chinese Coast Guard.
Normally, sinasabi nga nito ni maritime security expert Ray Powell, sinasabi niya, pag ang Coast Guard naman talaga, kung from different areas, different countries, no. Normally ang Coast Guard nila maliliit lang kasi patrol lang to make sure everything's okay. Pero talaga ang China daw talaga ang ano ba nagpauso ba, is that the right term, na naglagay diyan ng malaking Coast Guard because of course of other intentions. Diba, to intimidate the Philippines and other claimants in that area.
Actually, tama si Ray Powell dyan. Now, you take a look at the fleet of the U.S. Yung Coast Guard nila, they prefer mga cutter class or corvette class vessels, which are not very small but fast. In other words, kasi ang goal ng Coast Guard like sa US is to intercept drug dealers, to take care of their area, yung mga border nila, and para mahabol yung mga syndicates that are trying to smuggle people. Kaya you'd rarely see big, massive vessels ng US. But yung mga massive vessels nila are sa Navy. Kunyari, Coast Guard ng US, may na-encounter silang malalaking ships from other countries, papasok na ang Navy to assist. Diba? Kaya nga dito, bakit may monster ship ang Coast Guard?
Saka matagal, since July 3
Yes,
at nauna sila doon sa Escoda, tama ba? Ayungin, Escoda, nakalimutan ko yung kanilang pero matagal sila dito sa atin, doon sa within our exclusive economic zone. Yung ni-radio challenge sila, sinabi nila, they're also in their territory or sovereignty. Yan ang kanilang sinabi na rason. Pero after that, we don't know what happened. And also, meron din na-tweet itong si maritime expert,
Ray Powell.
maritime security expert Ray Powell. Sinasabi niya, nagkaroon din ng parang harapan sa pagitan ng Chinese Coast Guard at saka yung dalawa pa na nakalimutan ko yung pangalan ng isa. Yung isa is Cape Engaño, the other one Bacabra, if I'm not mistaken. Nagkaroon din ng parang standoff ba, you can call it at that, in that area as well.
Challenge each other.
So what else? So ang hindi pa natin alam kung kailan ulit magkakaroon ng resupply mission sa BRP Sierra Madre, because we all know ang last na nangyari dyan ay June 17. Na hindi naman naging successful.
And so far daw, we have sufficient supplies
Hindi
pa.
naging successful yun. O mag-iisang ilan na ba? Malapit.
June 17. It's now approaching sa Thursday. It will be July 10. Ayan. Anyway, mahaba pa pag-uusapan. Anyway, this is an ongoing saga. But with that, we'd like to leave everyone with a quote to start their week right, to start their Monday right. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. A quote from Thomas A. Edison.
Try and try until you succeed.
Kala mo, nahihirapan na ako, ayoko na. Yung pala, stick to it. Stick to what you love, stick to what you're doing.
All right.
Go!
Ako na ba yan? And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch. Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunzad-Castro and he is Angelo Castro III.
We are One News, all sides, all the time.
See you tomorrow.